All right, this is Module 7, Lesson 14 for 8th grade. Okay, this is the last lesson for Topic B. So we are talking a little bit here about pi. So we're going to start to get into dealing with pi. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, it is going to be very helpful if you actually have a calculator with the pi symbol on it. Okay, so I'm going to clear out my calculator here. You see it's down here, okay? The minute you hit it, there pops up your decimal version for pi. Now, as you know, pi goes on forever and ever and ever, but we're going to use this whole thing versus just 3.14. So you want to make sure that your calculator does this. Now, if you're on an Apple phone or an iPhone, then you do have this. It's right down here because that's what I'm using. If you don't, scientific calculators, most of them do. It might just be a command that you have to put in ahead of time. So if you're unsure how to use your calculator, make sure you come see me. All right, so we're going to start with this circle. Write an equation for area. Now, area of a circle, you have to know the equation. Area is pi radius squared. Now, if you remember, radius goes halfway across. Diameter goes all the way across. So we have the radius here, so that's good. So we're going to say pi times 6.3 squared. All right, so using my calculator, I'm going to go ahead and clear out that pi for right now. I'm going to do 6.3 and I'm going to square it. There's that answer. So I'm going to say 36, actually 39. Skip the 9 altogether there. Let's try that again. 39.69. And we're going to leave pi for right now. They'll show you how to use that in a minute. Centimeters squared. I'm going to double check my math real quick because the answer key is showing something separate here. Nope, that's it. Okay. All right, next one, B. So just leave your answer just like that for right now. We're kind of warming up to using that pi symbol on our calculator. All right, B. We have circumference. Okay, now circumference is C equals 2 times pi times radius. And again, we have the radius here. So this will be 2 times pi times radius, which is 9.7. Now, before I can do anything with that pi, I'm going to go ahead and combine these two. Now, that's not squared. That really is times 2. So I'm going to say 9.7 times 2. And I get 19.4. So we're going to put 19.4, and again, we're warming up to that pi symbol, so just go ahead and keep it pi for right now. Millimeters, no squared on that unit because we're not talking about the area. Let's look at the next one now. All right, it says to each square is 1 unit, so you can count them by ones. Estimate the area of the whole circle. So what do you think the area would be here of the circle? So this is going to be your estimate. So I want you to guess. Don't do any math, just guess. I'm going to put it here, just guess. All right. And now let's go ahead and calculate this all out. So area equals pi r squared. So if I start here at the center of the circle, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 units to the edge, and I only want to go halfway across because I'm doing radius. So now I will say pi times 5 squared, and I know that that's going to be pi times 25. So now let's get our calculator out, and I'm going to show you how to do it with the pi symbol. Okay, so I'm going to clear this out. You're going to start by hitting pi. That'll pop up that whole thing. You can't do this backwards because pi will always default back to this fraction or this decimal here. Okay, so if you put it in second, that's going to be your answer. And I'll show you that in a minute. But we'll say times 25 gives me this. All right, so we're going to say it equals 78.539 ... All right, now I told you I would show you what would happen if you did it backwards. If you did 25 times pi, notice it went right back to the pi. Pi is always going to come back to this fraction, or this, I keep saying fraction, excuse me, this decimal. So you always want to do it first. So I'm going to clear this out. You start with pi times 25. Then it'll change. All right. Every calculator is a little different, but if you're using your iPhone, then that's what you want to do there. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Gerald and Sarah are building a wheel with a radius of 6.5 centimeters and are trying to determine its circumference. That means all the way around. Gerald says because 6.5 times 2 times 3.14 is this, their circumference is 40.82. Sarah says because it's 6.5 times 2 times 3.10, you should get 40.3. And then she expanded it basically. 6.5 times 2 times 3.21, you get this. The circumference would be between these two values. So explain the thinking of each student. All right, so I'm going to let you just answer that. What do you think they're trying to do? Okay, what do you think the student is thinking? So this is an opinion. All right, I'm just curious if you can figure out what are they trying to do here. Don't do any math, just give it a try. If you need to pause the video, that's fine. All right, so now we're going to estimate. All right, it says here to estimate, so we're going to pull up our calculator. Type in what they have there, 6.12486, and square it. All right, so I would say a good estimate here would be 37.5. All right, the whole answer, so this would be my estimate. The whole answer is 37.51391000196. So this would be my estimate. All right, this is the exact. Now, of course, it probably does go on and on and on forever, but that's what our calculator popped up. Let's try the next one. We have 9.204107, and let's square that. And I'm going to say my estimate on this one is 84.7. What the calculator actually said was 84.7155856674449. All right, I want you to do number 4. Give me the exact and then give me the estimate. And that will conclude this video tutorial.